Hey, this is Milt Lowder with this week's edition of the Growth Spurt. I want you to think for a moment, what is your normal reaction to stress? How does stress affect you? How does it affect your ability to think critically, to solve problems creatively, to communicate effectively, to connect with those that you really care about? How does it affect your ability to stay connected to others, to stay connected to your why? Because what I know stress does, stress makes you selfish. Stress separates you from others. It separates you from the things you can control. Well, why is that? Our autonomic nervous system was created to protect us from threats. It triggers that fight or flight mechanism in our brains. And what that really means, how it was taught to me in graduate school, is a caveman walked out of a cave and he saw a saber-toothed tiger sitting right there. If he had to stop and think, wonder what I'd do, he's dead. So immediately his brain senses danger. Cortisol is the stress hormone, sends a signal to your adrenal glands, and adrenaline floods the body and activates everything you need to survive and deactivates everything you don't. So there's some physiological reactions to stress that are automatic. And so what is that? Well, the first thing is glucose is secreted by the liver because you need more energy to fight or flee. You need more oxygen, so you start breathing deeply. You need more blood flow, so your heart starts pounding. You got to get rid of that excess energy, so you sweat. Maybe your face turns red. You start splotchy. Your digestive system shuts down. No need to eat if you're getting ready to die. Your urinary tract and your bowels, everything shuts down to prepare you to fight or flee. Well, then what happens to our eyes? Where does our focus shift? Our focus shifts on the threat that's right in front of me. Think about that caveman. He's not worried about the saber-toothed tiger that is off in the distance. He's got to worry about the one that's front and center. So most of us in life today are not faced with life or death situations. We aren't faced with this do or die mentality, but our brain still thinks we are because the brain has a hard time distinguishing between a real threat and a perceived threat. So when that autonomic nervous system is triggered, stress makes you focus on the threat, and it really makes you focus on you. So it makes you selfish because when I am under stress, I'm not only not aware of how my stress is impacting me, I cannot be aware of how my stress impacts others, how it impacts my ability to communicate effectively or to be present in the moment or to be calm or to be joyful. And so that reaction to stress, if I understand that stress has made me selfish, it makes me focus on me, makes me focus on my threats. And then it separates me. It separates me from others. It separates me from the things I can control. It separates me from my purpose. It separates from the things that bring me joy. And so as you think about your normal reaction to stress, how is stress making you selfish? How is stress separating you from the things that really matter in your life? How is stress separating you from the people that really matter? The other benefit when stress, that cortisol hormone, makes you selfish and separation, the antidote to that, there's a lot of antidotes to this stress: gratitude and joy and laughter and vulnerability and connection and a shared experience. And maybe that's another growth spurt, another conversation of ways to fight that. But what those produce is oxytocin, and that's the bonding hormone. And so what we're constantly trying to do at AMPLOS is really raise your awareness, encourage you to take action, and to help you hold yourself accountable to the things that you really believe in and who you want to be. Until next time, continue to be better and pursue better.